The hurdle knit stitch pattern. Hi guys, I'm Kristen and thank you for joining me here at Studio Knit, where today we are going to knit up this hurdle knit stitch pattern. It resembles little hurdles like what you jump in track class or what horses jump over. It knits up with a really thick texture and easily lies perfectly flat. It's a 4-row repeat. And it's actually a combination. We do 2 rows in the garter stitch and then 2 rows of the 1x1 rib stitch to create the hurdle stitch. It's an easy level project, perfect for all of you who completed my Absolute Beginner Knitting series. And we are just using knits and purls. It is a reversible pattern, meaning that both the front and the back side of your work, the right and wrong, are totally identical. And for our materials, we are going to be using yarn. You can use any size you'd like, appropriately sized knitting needles. Of course, you want to have scissors and a tapestry needle on hand. If you'd like to know the exact materials I'm using in this video, I will link to those in the description for you. And if you like this pattern and what I do on my channel, please like it up, subscribe, it really helps me out. For the written pattern, you can head on over to my website. I have a link in the description below. The pattern is written out there for you, totally for free. I've also included a knitting chart, so if you'd like to start learning how to read charts, then these simple patterns are a great way to start doing that. This pattern is also included in my Knit Stitch pattern book, available for purchase over on Etsy. It's a downloadable PDF that you can print out. You also can have it saved on any mobile device or desktop as well. So let's knit it up. We begin with our beloved slip knot, and then we cast on in multiples of 2. I'm using the long tail cast on method here, and you just cast on 2 by 2 until you have the number of stitches that you'd like on your needle for your project. I have a total of 24 here. And row 1, it's simply knitting all the way down the row. So if you have ever done the garter stitch, that's where you knit every single stitch. These first 2 rows are actually the garter stitch. So row 1 is just knitting all the way down the row. And then when we get to row 2, we're doing the exact same thing. We are just doing the knit stitch all the way down the row. And these 2 rows of knit stitch are just like the garter stitch. So it's really simple, doesn't get much more simple than this. So now let's switch it up. On row 3, we're knitting 1 and purling 1, and you'll see those little asterisks. That means we repeat. So here's knit 1, and then we bring our yarn to the front because we are purling 1. And since this pattern is between those asterisks, we take our yarn to the back and we knit 1, that's K1, again, and bring our yarn to the front, and that is purl 1. And we continue this pattern of row 3 all the way down the row. And on row 4, we are doing the exact same thing. So if you have ever done the 1x1 rib stitch, that's what we're actually doing here on rows 3 and 4. So as you can see, the hurdle stitch is a combination of the garter and the 1x1 knit stitch patterns. And once you're done with row 4, you start it up again on row 1 and knit up until your piece is the length you desire. I hope you are inspired to give this hurdle knit stitch pattern a try. Here's a video that I think you'll really enjoy watching next. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and of course like up this video. And I will see you next time, guys. Bye!